Truth is stranger than fiction. And this is the proof. This is Ripley's Believe It or Not.
Judge Abraham Fuller of Newton, Massachusetts, was so fanatically opposed to debts that when a physician was called to write out his death certificate, the doctor found his fee in the dead man's clenched fist. Believe it or not. In a moment, I'll tell you about an unusual railway. Cable cars in San Francisco have added charm and transportation for many years. Equally unusual is the Cliff Railway near Lynmouth, England. It has 900 feet of rails bolted to the solid rock of a cliff, and its two cars are operated with water. Water flows into the tank of the car at the top, and as it starts down, it pulls up the other car, which has been lightened by draining its water tank. Believe it or not.
Believe it or not.
Yes, believe it or not, pages from the amazing radio sketchbook of that finder of flabbergasting features, that ever-popular explorer of the extraordinary, Bob Ripley. And here speaking for Bob is the Dean of Newsreel Commentators, Gregory Abbott.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Believe It or Not Radio Auditorium, where each day we present unbelievable oddities from the famous drawing board of Bob Ripley. And now we open Bob's radio sketchbook to today's Believe It or Not quiz question.
What's the brain twister for our listeners today?
Today, Bill Griffiths, Bob asks us to mesh mental gears with this one. How can you make metal red hot by cooling it?
Did you say, how can you make metal red hot by cooling it?
That's the question. Bob Ripley says it can be done, and we'll tell our listeners how at the close of the program.
Okay. Now, what's on Bob's drawing board for today? Isn't that the Panama Canal?
Yes, it is. And Bob Ripley tells me that the United States is going to rebuild the Panama Canal so that it can never be destroyed by an enemy.
That sounds like a mighty good idea. Tell me, who owned the canal zone before we did?
Well, originally Spain. Columbus discovered it, and if he'd been a better businessman, his family would own part of it right now.
Oh, how come?
Well, you see, when Columbus discovered America, he made an agreement with King Ferdinand of Spain whereby he would receive 10% of everything produced in the New World.
Oh, that'd be billions today.
Yes, it certainly would. But Columbus had so little faith in the future of this continent that he sold his rights back to Spain for an annual income of only $16,000.
Are there any descendants of Columbus still living?
Well, Bob Ripley isn't sure they're living. There were two, Don Cristoval Colon and Don Ramon Colon. But when last heard of, they'd been thrown into prison by the Spanish government.
Well, Greg, I see it's just about time now for one of Bob Ripley's famous dramatic sketches. What's it about today?
The drama Bob Ripley has sketched for us today concerns an automatic thief-catching device that makes radar look like child's play. We'll present it in exactly 60 seconds. But first, here's a man with a message.
In this country, we've been faced with a drastic crisis in our educational system, partly because of the war, but more particularly because of apathy and lack of interest. We've allowed many of our schools to deteriorate to an alarming degree. Buildings and equipment lapsed into a ramshackle state. Teachers were treated poorly and worked in overcrowded classrooms. And as a result, an acute shortage has developed in that all-important profession. Now, we must remember that the victims of this state of affairs are our own children, who will one day be controlling the destinies of our country. It should be plain that immediate action is a must. Yes, something has been done to improve conditions in the schools, but it's only a beginning. We owe it to ourselves, to our country, and our children to keep informed on how they're being taught, and to work closely at all times with those civic groups which seek the betterment of conditions in our schools for children and for those who teach them. And now, back to Bob Ripley's Radio Auditorium.
Now let me set the scene for today's unusual Believe It or Not drama from the drawing board of Bob Ripley. This experience, incidentally, was sent in by a listener in our radio audience, and Bob Ripley has verified it in every detail. The place is the town of Dunlap, Pennsylvania. The time, May 25th, 1937. John Urban is having his breakfast when suddenly his wife, Liz, bursts into the kitchen.
John! John!
Well, what's the trouble, Liz?
Thieves. Thieves have got into our chicken coop.
Thieves, eh? Get anything?
They got my prize leghorn and the red pullet.
Well, conson their hides. The goddamn chicken rustler.
Call the police, John.
Police? Oh, John Urban, call the police, not on your life. I'll handle this the way I used to handle cattle rustlers when I was a boy.
Now, John, you haven't been a boy for a long time. If I was you, I'd call the police right now.
No, sir. I'm going to catch those chicken thieves myself. Where's my bear hunting rifle?
Oh, John.
Where's the rifle woman?
Packed away in the attic where it's been for years. Now, John, don't you go getting that rusty old rifle down again. Last time you tried to clean it, it went off and killed our rooster.
Dadgummit, Liz, are we going to let them chicken rustlers get away with this?
What makes you think they'll be back?
They always come back.
Well, just so long as they steal our chickens instead of my prized geraniums. John, I'm going to call the police and ask them to watch the house.
No, sir, woman. This is a matter of honor.
Where are you going?
Upstairs to get my rifle. I'll show these dadgum thieves a thing or two about chicken rustling.
John, what in heaven's name are you doing up on that chicken coop? And with my best saucepans.
No, take it easy, Liz. Yeah, we got to catch them chicken thieves, don't we?
We have to use my best saucepans?
Well, if you look closely, you'll see those ain't saucepans no longer.
Well, they look like saucepans to me.
Well, that shows how much you know, Liz. That there is a cattle rustling alarm. Just like we used to rig up when I was a boy.
John, when are you going to face the fact that these are chicken thieves, not cattle rustlers, and that you are no longer a boy?
Chicken thieves or cattle rustlers, they're all varmints.
Do you mind if I ask you just what that thing is supposed to do?
Well, I got these two cattle rustling alarms. Saucepans, you'd call them, fastened on top of a nail over the coop door. Then I rung this here string from the pants to the handle of the door here. So if anybody touches that door handle, these two pans come crashing down like the bull of ash. And watch now.
Oh, Ish.
Oh, wait,
that's silly.
Wait a minute, Liz. I ain't finished yet.
I
I got another string from this contraption running up to our bedroom. I fastened that one around my big toe. When the alarm goes off, in case I don't hear it, it'll pull my toe and wake me up.
John, I swear, sometimes I think you never grew up.
Oh, now, Liz, come on. Now, this is serious. Maybe the rustlers caught red-handed with one of these alarms. Many of them have been. You just wait until tonight and see.
John, you ready to go to bed?
1 second, Liz. I want to get this here alarm string fastened to my toe.
John, that is the silliest darn thing I've ever seen.
Quiet, woman. This here system's going to catch us some chicken thieves.
Well, I don't know about you, but I'm going to water the geranium on the windowsill and go to bed.
Mind you don't trip over that string when you're watering that flower. You can set these alarms off from up here just as easy as from the other end.
Well, suppose you wiggle your toe in your sleep. Won't that set it off?
Ain't going to wiggle my toe. I trained that there toe as a boy not to set off these rustler alarms.
John, I'll swear you made this whole thing up in your head.
No.
You were never even west of St. Louis before I met you.
Well, when I was a boy, we had cattle rustlers in St. Louis.
Oh, fiddlesticks.
Careful now. Watch that string getting into bed.
John.
Huh?
John, you get that cold rifle out of bed this instant.
Now, Liz, how'd you expect me to shoot the varmints if I don't have my gun handy?
Well, I'm not going to sleep with any freezing rifle. Now, either it goes or I go.
Oh, all right.
Well,
I'll keep it on the floor next to the bed. Oh, come on, turn off that there light and get in.
Oh, I'm almost afraid to go to sleep.
Oh, now don't worry your head, Liz.
Well,
I'm going to stay wide awake all night till that chicken rustler shows up. Yes, sir. I ain't even going to close my eyes.
Yeah, I am. Night, John.
Good night, Liz. Don't you worry about a thing. I'll be wide awake.
John, you wake. John, wake up. There must be somebody out near the chicken coop. John! Going to stay awake all night, were you? Well, I'll just go over to the window and see for myself.
Hey, what's wrong? Liz, where are you? Where's my gun?
John, watch out. Look out for that gun now. Oh!
Liz, are you hurt? Did I wing you? Are you all right, Liz?
Yes, I'm all right. I think. Turn on the light.
Liz, what are you doing on the floor?
Well, I thought I heard someone near the chicken coop. When I went to the window, I tripped over that blamed string and your contraption went off.
You almost pulled me right out of bed with a big toe, too.
Well, thank heaven I tripped or you'd have shot me.
You sure was close. Say, I must have shot right out the window.
Seems as if I... Oh, John Urban.
Huh?
Look what you've done.
What?
Shot my best geranium and flower pot right off the windowsill.
Oh, so it did. Well, I'm sure glad I didn't hit you, Liz.
John Urban, you march right downstairs this minute and get that geranium.
Huh?
Just have to transplant it, and maybe we can save it.
Oh, now, Liz. Now, it's 2 a.m.
You get that geranium, John Urban.
But, Liz...
John, you heard me?
Oh, all right. You sure can be obstinate, Liz.
Me? Obstinate?
Yeah.
After you refusing to call the police, insisting on rigging up that there contraption, denting my best saucepans,
All right.
almost shooting me,
All
and
right.
ruining my prized geranium.
Oh.
John Urban, you
Yeah.
get downstairs after that flower right this second.
All
Go on,
right,
go on,
Liz. All
shoot.
right, I'm going. Oh, consonant. Going out to get a geranium at 2 a.m. Where are they? What? Oh, that dang flower must be under this window somewhere. Holy jumping catfish! Liz! Liz, come to the window, Liz!
What's going on down there?
Liz, there's a man laying down here.
A man?
Yeah, he was hit in the head by that flower pot I shot out of the window.
Oh, John, is he dead?
Just a second. No, he ain't dead. He's just knocked plumb silly.
Well, I'll call for an ambulance.
Hold on, Lizzie Urban. Don't go calling for no ambulance.
What?
Call for the police.
Police? Why the police?
Because this here fellow was carrying a sack with 2 of our best leggings in it. The gall-darn chicken rustler.
Yes. Using one of the most fantastic contraptions ever invented, John Urban actually did catch his chicken thief, but only because of an even more fantastic comedy of errors. Awakened when his wife tripped over the alarm, he fired at her, and fortunately missed. But the bullet knocked her prize flower pot off the windowsill, and that flower pot landed on the head of the chicken thief, knocking him cold. The thief was put in jail, John Urban got his chickens back, and Liz Urban saved her prize geranium, believe it or not.
In exactly 60 seconds, we'll be back with Bob Ripley's answer to today's Believe It or Not quiz question. Meanwhile, here's an important Believe It or Not that concerns you.
This winter, with the post-war food crisis at its worst, Europe's men, women, and children are in need of all the help Americans can send them, both as a nation and as individuals. Now, you and I can do a very important bit of Christmas shopping this year by seeing to it that some hungry family gets a CARE food package. $10 sent to CARE, C-A-R-E, New York, will guarantee quick delivery overseas of a 21.5-pound carton containing food sufficient to supplement the rations of a family of 4 over a whole month. Now, if you happen to know a family in Europe by name, be sure to include the name on your CARE order. If not, you may still designate where and to what kind of person you wish your CARE food package sent. A French widower with 3 children, a needy Dutch postman, an Italian war orphan. You'll get a signed receipt upon delivery of your CARE food package in Europe. For further information, get in touch with your nearest CARE office or that of the Railway Express or Western Union. And now for the answer to the Believe It or Not quiz question.
Now let's see how many of our listeners were able to guess the answer to today's quiz question. Remember at the beginning of the program we asked, how is it possible to make metal red hot by cooling it?
I say it can't be done.
And you'd be wrong, because it can be done very easily, and Bob Ripley knows how.
Oh, how?
All you have to do is heat the metal white hot and then cool it. As it cools, it will pass through the red hot stage, so you can make metal red hot by cooling it, believe it or not.
And that was a question to test a man's mettle.
Oh.
And right now, it's time for another of Bob Ripley's famous Believe It or Not farewells. What'll it be today?
One of the most beautiful spots on God's earth is the island of Nassau in the Bahamas. Bob Ripley hopes to sail down there this winter on his Chinese junk, the Monlay, to refresh old memories. It's difficult to express the romantic spirit of Nassau with its exotic flowers, its waving palms, and the indescribable brilliance of its blue skies. The natives have come closest to capturing that spirit in their songs. And Bob Ripley has asked me to repeat to his listeners the words from one of those songs. With them goes Bob's wish to you. May you be strong as the highest tree in paradise. May the brightest star in heaven be your guide. May your fishes and baked turtles always multiply. And may all your days be Sunday, by and by. Believe it or not.
Listen every day at this time, Monday through Friday, ladies and gentlemen, when we'll be back with more pages from the radio sketchbook of Bob Ripley. His next program will feature the amazing sketch of the fall of a dynasty and its terrible curse. The Believe It or Not show was dramatized for radio by George Lefferts. Dramatized oddities from the famous drawing board of Bob Ripley are heard over most of these stations every day, Monday through Friday, at this time.
This is NBC, the national broadcasting company.
Believe it or not. The Baker's Broadcast, presented in behalf of the 30,000 bakers in the United States and Canada, with Ozzie Nelson and his orchestra, Harriet Hilliard, and, believe it or not, Robert Ripley. All right, Ozzie, let's go with the show.
At the Battle of Bunker Hill, all the men were tired until drum and the fife gave them new life. And rhythm saved the world. And in France not long ago, all the men were feeling low. The drummer man struck up the band. And rhythm saved the world. You'll find music wherever history's concerned. Nero fiddled while Rome was being burned. If the truth you're looking for, you'll find music won each war. The drum and the fife gave them new life. The drummer man struck up the band. Trumpets low beat Jericho, and rhythm saved the world. The man of a million astounding truths. Believe it or not, Robert Ripley. Greetings, everybody. Hello, Ozzie. Hello, Harry.
Hello, Bob.
You know, tonight I would like to tell you a real story of China. A story about the largest, most amazing belle in the world. The belle of the maiden. The maiden who loved her father more than life. But first, I would like you to hear the Chinese Song of Death. The song the Chinese believe is heard by everyone about to die. No Chinaman has ever heard the Song of Death and lived. Ozzie, would you play it for us?
Certainly, Bob.
And now listen to the music heard only in the ears of a dying Chinaman.
Oh, gee, Bob, that song gives me the jitters. But say, if no Chinaman who heard it ever lived, where did you get the notes?
Well, Harriet, the notes of this melody were recorded in 1923 when a Chinese musician who was dying sang them to his friends.
But the bell. What about the bell of the maiden?
Well, the bell of the maiden, one of the wonders of the world, still hangs in the temple of Chaiyang Stu, about 2 miles from Beijing. It's the largest bell ever rung, weighing about 80,000 pounds. By actual measurement, it's 17 feet high and 36 feet in circumference. Yet these dimensions convey no idea of its majesty and impressiveness. But remarkable as it is, I think the story behind the making of the bell is still more remarkable.
Well, what's it all about, Bob?
Well, Ozzie, let me draw you a radio picture of how the bell was made. We go back 500 years to a moonlit garden near the imperial city. Here we find Ko-ai, the most beautiful girl in China, with her handsome young lover, Lai Yang.
Why do you not speak, Liang?
When I look at you, I have no words to speak. You are fairer than the moon and the flowers it shines upon, Koai.
When we are married, you will forget those pretty sayings.
Married? Why must we wait longer, Koai? We love each other so.
It is hard for me to leave my father.
Yes, he too loves you, as no father has ever loved a daughter. I remember when I asked for your hand. The tears came to his eyes.
I am all he has, Liang. When I was a child, I told him I would never leave him.
Do not worry, dear one. Our home will always be his home, Koai. He will be my father, too, and I his son.
Koai?
Oh, look, your father has returned.
Koai, where are you?
Here, Father. Here in the garden.
Oh, greetings, my children.
My father.
Sit with us, father, and rest yourself.
No, the moon does not shine for old men, Liang. I'll go back to the house.
But, Father, the Emperor, what did he want?
The Emperor. He has ordered me to build him a bell, such as the world has never known.
Only you could do that, Kuan Yin, the greatest bell maker in all China.
A bell that will be heard for 30 miles around.
30 miles? That is impossible. No bell could be...
It is an order, Koai. I must obey.
But how can you cast it? It would be as large as a house, heavier than a ship.
I know, Koai. And that is not all. The Emperor orders that the bell must find its strength in brass. Its tone must swell from solid gold. Iron must lend it ageless life, and silver must give it sweetness.
But 4 such metals, gold, iron, brass, and silver, they will never mix together.
Yet I must try.
Perhaps it could be done. When such a bell is cast, China will never forget your name.
And on the day it is finished, Koai, let us marry.
Yes, Liang. On that day, we will marry.
For your sakes, then, I shall hurry, my children.
Hurry, Liang. The soothsayer bade me come at midnight. I dare not be late.
We'll be there in a moment. Koai, why don't you tell me? There is something heavy on your heart. What brings you to the soothsayer?
I must go for my father's sake. It is impossible for him to make such a bell as the Emperor commands. Twice he has tried and failed.
Then surely the Emperor will abandon the idea. If your father cannot mix iron and brass, gold and silver, then no man can.
The Emperor thinks otherwise, Liang.
What do you mean?
I went with my father to the palace today. I overheard what the Emperor said.
Yes?
Tomorrow the bell will be cast for the 3rd time. And if he fails again...
What if he fails?
The Emperor says he must die.
Die?
What does one life mean to the Emperor? He is old, Liang. The thought of this bell has become an obsession with him.
But...
He fears history will forget him unless he gives it to China.
But the soothsayer you would see, what can he tell you?
He said if I came at midnight, he will tell me how iron and brass, gold and silver can be mixed together as the Emperor wishes.
But...
Wait. Here is the house.
I will go in with you, Koai.
No. He bade me come alone. Wait for me here, my love. I will return soon. You have the answer for me, soothsayer?
Yes, Koai. I have found the secret that will save your father.
Then speak, wise one. I beg you, speak.
I have communed with the stars, Koai.
And what do they say?
That gold and brass can never be joined together.
But the Emperor orders it.
And that silver and iron will never be as one, unless...
Unless what?
Unless the blood and flesh of a living maiden be mixed together with the metals as they boil in the crucible.
Oh. I hear music, wise one. What is it?
Music. Your ears play you false, Koai.
No.
There is no music.
No, I hear it. It is the eternal melody. Death. Is there no other way?
The gods have spoken.
All is ready, Koyai. In a few moments, your father will cast the bell for the third time.
This time he will succeed. The soothsayer promised.
Koyai, I beg you. What did the soothsayer tell you? What is the formula?
My father will live, Li Yang. I can say no more.
Oh, but...
No. Not even to you, dear one.
You look so sad, Koyai.
Make way! Make way!
But wait, the Emperor himself is coming.
Where is the bell caster? Guan Yu.
I am here, gracious one. We are ready to cast the bell.
Remember, Guan Yu, if you fail me a third time, your life itself is forfeit. I must have the bell.
I will try again, sire. I can do no more.
How the furnace roars, Li Yang. Listen to the boiling metal.
Yes.
Like the raging of an angry dragon.
Stand back, Koyai. The flames are rising higher.
Gold and brass, iron and silver. The white heat strikes them with a blinding fury.
Stand back, Koyai. Your father is coming.
The Emperor is waiting. When I raise my hand, Li Yang, let the metals run forth.
Yes, Guan Yu. When you raise your hand.
Do not pause for a single second when I have signaled you. The metals must be poured at exactly the right time. Forgive me, Koai, if I fail. Death disturbs me not. Only the thought of leaving you, beloved daughter.
You shall not fail, Father.
You say I shall not fail, and yet you embrace me as what for the last time.
Your father is right, Koyai. Why do you act so strangely? Your hand, it trembled.
Take my hand in yours, Li Yang. Only for this moment.
I go to the mole, Li Yang. Be ready for the signal.
I'll be ready.
Oh.
Koyai, why do you cling to me so?
Whatever happens, Li Yang, remember that I will love you forever.
Forever, dearest. Move away, Koyai. You're too close to the furnace.
My father, Li Yang. He is ready to signal you. Watch him closely.
Yes. He is raising his arm.
Koyai, Koyai, where are you going? Koyai, Koyai! It's boiling metal. Cook, burn to death with the crucible.
Why, my daughter? Oh, why have you done this? He has gone, Li Yang. Gone.
Koai. Koai.
All that is left is...
Yes. Her little slipper.
Yes, to save her father's life, Koai flung herself into the seething crucible of molten metals, and believe it or not, as the soothsayer predicted, the gold, brass, iron, and silver were successfully cast into the greatest bell in all history. As Koai leaped to her death, Lai Yang, her sweetheart, tried to save her, but all that his hand could clutch was her little slipper. And to this day, as the echo of the bell dies away, a sobbing moan may be heard. I've heard it myself. The voice of Koai, distinctly sounding her own name and calling for her slipper. The Chinese also believe that if their country is in danger, the bell of the maiden will strike of its own accord to warn the people. This is not mere legend. In 1912, Yuan Shikai, the first president of China, planned to overthrow the republic and make himself emperor. On the eve of his illegal coronation, the bell boomed over the city, unstruck by human hand. As if by magic, public opinion turned against Yuan Shikai. The coronation never took place. Shikai fled and died a broken, disappointed man in exile. The old Buddhist priest who showed me the bell told me that when it sounds, as it does every night at curfew, it can be heard for 30 miles around. And as it rings, Chinese mothers summon their children to tell them the story of Koai, the girl who loved her father more than life. Believe it or not.
And here's Harriet to sing for us.
Your eyes are blue, your kisses too. I never knew what they could do. I can't believe that you're in love with me. You're telling everyone I know I'm on your mind each place you go. I can't believe that you're in love with me. I have always placed you far above me. I just can't imagine that you love me. And after all is said and done, to think that I'm the lucky one. I can't believe that you're in love with me.
You have something for me tonight?
Well, I certainly have. And it's a bit of wisdom written 4,000 years ago by Hammurabi, king of Babylonia. Hammurabi was one of the first benevolent rulers, and he is famous for his code of laws. One of the public statements of Hammurabi recently found was this one: bread is endowed with mysterious power, having a beneficial effect on man and beast.
Well, Bob, that's very interesting. And I think it's also interesting to know that scientists have just recently discovered why bread has such a beneficial effect upon the body. These scientists found that bread is not only a wonderful food in itself, giving us muscle-building proteins and energy-giving carbohydrates in almost the ideal proportions. They also found that bread helps us to utilize more of the iron in other foods for building rich red blood, and that bread speeds the digestion of the average meal. Bread aids the digestion by stimulating a flow of strong digestive juice. In this way, bread helps the digestive organs do their work more easily and more effectively. So eat plenty of bread. First of all, because it tastes good. Second, because it's the best and cheapest energy food we have. And then also for the sake of your blood and your digestion. Have some bread with every meal you eat.
I got a rabbit's foot in my pocket, got a rusty horseshoe too. Got a little elf sitting on my shelf, still no luck with you. I got a good luck ring on my finger, I got a penny that's brand new. Got a voodoo charm hanging on my arm, still no luck with you. I throw salt over my shoulder, hoping I'll get a break. Never let a black cat cross my path, even sleep upon a piece of wedding cake. Got a hunch the jinx has got me, I don't know what to do. Now you can't deny, I sure do try, still no luck with you.
Ellsworth was going to be with us tonight. Did you forget about it?
Oh, no, Harriet, I didn't forget about it. But during the week, Dr. Ellsworth was called to Washington, where on next Wednesday, President Roosevelt will present him with the Hubbard Medal, the National Geographic Society's award for his daring exploits at the South Pole. Dr. Ellsworth extends his apologies, and he says he will be with us next week. But speaking of forgetfulness, Harriet, did I ever tell you of the time I went sailing on the River of Forgetfulness underneath the sands of the Sahara Desert?
Underneath the sand?
Believe it or not. It's the same River Lethe mentioned by Homer in the Odyssey, and its waters are supposed to make one fall asleep and forget. It's located in North Africa, about 100 miles south of Benghazi. I was startled one day to suddenly come upon a great cavern in the sand. I descended down into the darkness until I came to a river, and with the aid of the camel drivers, we lighted flares, rigged up a boat, and paddled along beneath the great Sahara Desert. Believe it or not. You know, the Mohammedans believe that if they drink the waters of the River Lethe, they will not only fall asleep, but become very strong. The Turkish sultans always drank it, and old Mullah Ismail of Morocco sent caravans thousands of miles for it, and drank deeply and successfully, I may add.
What do you mean, successfully?
Ozzy, believe it or not, old Mullah became the father of 888 children.
Did you drink any of that water yourself, Bob?
Honestly, Ozzy, I don't remember. I've forgotten whether I did or not. But I'm not the only one who forgets. Others forget sometimes. How about the absent-minded burglar, Florian Hensk, who broke into jail? Now, this happened in Vienna only last year. Or Mrs. Teresa Vaughan of England, who forgot she had 61 husbands. When she was arraigned in an English court for being 60 times a bigamist, she explained that she was too absent-minded to remember her 61 husbands. And how about our own Thomas Edison, who forgot to take out a patent on his invention of the motion picture projector? Now, this little oversight cost Edison $1 billion. Now, I would like to draw you a radio picture of the most absent-minded man I know of. He was Professor Lass. The scene opens in Hamburg, Germany, and here we find the professor in a terrible hurry preparing to go out for the evening, when in the midst of shaving, his servant enters the room and handed him...
A message, Herr Professor. A boy just left it and went away.
Yeah, what?
A message.
Well, I can't stop now. Why must they bother me at such a time? All right, give it to me.
I beg your pardon, Herr Professor, but that is toothpaste you are using, not shaving cream.
Yeah, yeah, so it is. Well, I'm finished now. You get out my coat while I read this.
Very good, Herr Professor.
What? No, this cannot be. My wife? Hans, what time is it?
20 minutes to 8, mein Herr.
Oh, not a second to lose. Quick, the coat. I must rush.
But you are only half dressed.
What does that matter? You see this? My wife. She's dining with another man. The message says if I reach the Hotel Rhineland by 8 o'clock, I shall see them together with my own eyes. Oh, that this should happen to me. My position, the disgrace.
Yeah, but, Herr Professor...
Out of my way, you hear? Out of my way. Cab. Driver.
Ja, mein Herr.
Quick, the Hotel Rhineland.
Ja, mein Herr.
Driver, what time is it?
4 minutes to 8.
Oh, I must be there by 8.
Impossible, mein Herr.
3 times your fare if you make it. If the professor stops you, tell them I'm the police. If the police professor... Oh, hurry up! Quick!
I'll try, mein Herr. Hold on. We made it, mein Herr. Just 8 o'clock.
Good. Here, take it all. It doesn't matter. Oh, this cursed door won't open. You there, behind the desk. You Herr Tauber.
What do you think, Herr Professor?
Oh, you're tired. Oh, it makes no difference. Tell me. My wife, where shall I find her?
Hey, Lask, I fear I don't understand.
You don't understand. Hear the message. It says in plain German. Another man. My wife.
Your wife, Herr Professor.
Ach, Tauber, excuse me. I just remember. Why, I'm not even married.
Now, if anyone doubts this incident actually occurred, the full details may be found in the memos of the German Chancellor, von Bulow, as told to him by none other than the German Kaiser himself, believe it or not.
Here's a swell new rhythm fantasy. It's called Doing the Prom.
Today in the Easter parade, who are the best-dressed women? Well, not necessarily the ones who spent the most for their clothes. And it's the same way in cooking. The women who get the most praise for their cooking are often those with the smallest food budget. These women not only know how to make things taste good, they also know how to make their dishes look appetizing, how to give a meal flair and style. A very easy and inexpensive way to dress up your meals is to garnish more of your dishes with toast. Crispy, golden brown pieces of toast brighten up and set off a dish, make it seem special. For instance, scrambled eggs are apt to look skimpy on the platter, but just surround your scrambled eggs with a border of toast, and you've got a bountiful-looking dish. Few of us can afford to buy large servings of filet mignon, chops, or sweetbreads, but small portions of choice meat seem quite ample when served on pieces of toast. Also, toast can be used to piece out and lend distinction to leftover meat and gravy. And many vegetables, such as asparagus, cauliflower, and broccoli that you serve with a sauce, look best on a background of toast. So use toast to give your meals more variety and style. Garnish as many dishes as you can with toast. And take advantage of the special that bakers are having all this month on coconut layer cake. At less cost than you could bake it yourself, bakers offer you a cake that looks and tastes as delicious as any homemade coconut layer cake. Try one this week.
And in saying goodnight, let me use the very words inscribed on the bell of the maiden. These words are not engraved, but were actually cast in the bell from the mold made by Kuan Yin. It's a verse from an old Buddhist prayer. May the fair moon caress you with its silver light, and like a lotus pond of pleasant gleaming water, clear and cool, may sleep descend upon you.
This is the National Broadcasting Company. Believe it or not. The Baker's Broadcast, presented in behalf of the 30,000 bakers in the United States and Canada, with Ozzie Nelson and his orchestra, and, believe it or not, Robert Ripley.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Ozzie Nelson. We're answering your many kind requests and playing our old favorite, Rigmarole.
Now, Robert Ripley will give you thrills, high in the air, some of the strangest and most daring aeronautical feats ever recorded. And tonight we have as an added guest one of the greatest flyers of all, Mr.
Wait a minute, Ben. Now, that's my job.
Well, okay, excuse me, Bob. Here he is, believe it or not, Robert Ripley.
Greetings, everybody. Hello, Ozzie.
Hello, Bob. Glad to see you. What's all this airplane business? The China Clipper get you?
Yes, sir, Ozzie. I think the flight of the China Clipper is one of the greatest ever made. Imagine it. 16,000 miles over the ocean.
Yeah, but seagulls have been doing it for years.
Oh, no, they haven't. No, they haven't. Believe it or not, Ozzie, man has learned more about flying in the last 20 years than birds have ever learned since they've worn feathers. Man can fly higher, faster, longer than any bird that ever flapped a wing. No bird ever flew as high as Kukanaki, the Russian, who flew 9 miles straight up in the air only 2 weeks ago. No bird ever flew as long as the Key Brothers of Mississippi, who stayed in the air constantly for more than 27 days. And no bird ever flew as fast as Lieutenant Agello when he piloted his plane at the terrific speed of 441 miles an hour over Lake Garda a year ago. And besides, man can do barrel rolls, tail spins, loop-the-loop, fly upside down and through snow, sleet, fog, and rain. And so, believe it or not, Ozzie, the birds should be taking lessons from our aviators, believe it or not. Now, do you realize, Ozzie, how fast Lieutenant Agello was going when he flew 441 miles an hour?
Almost as fast as a bullet, I'd
He was going faster than a bullet. he was actually traveling at the rate of 638 feet a second. And a bullet from a policeman's revolver travels only 600 feet a second. So a Jello would be perfectly safe, because such a bullet could never catch up with him. He could actually overtake it, and by reaching out his hand, pick it right out of the air.
Strange things they do in the air these days.
And strange sights you see in the air, too, Ozzy. You know, a question often asked me is, what is the most beautiful sight on Earth? Well, I think the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in all my travels was a triple circular rainbow, which I saw 10,000 feet in the air.
Well, what's a triple circular rainbow?
Rainbows that are completely round, Ozzy. They're really rain circles, not rainbows. All rainbows appear circular from an airplane. On this occasion, I was flying over the Amazon River when 3 brilliant rainbows appeared, one inside the other. Words cannot describe the sheer beauty of this brilliant spectacle. And in the center of the innermost circle was the shadow of our airplane. We floated along with this heavenly sight below us for several hours, the shadow of the plane always remaining in the exact center, always the same size.
The shadow always the same size? How could that be, Bob?
Well, you see, the sun is so far from the earth that no matter how high or low an airplane flies, its shadow remains the same size, whether it's 10 feet or 10,000 feet in the air.
Gee, that's interesting. I've always wanted to do more flying myself.
Well, I guess everybody does, Ozzy. I'd like to tell you about one man who wanted to fly more than anything else in the world. Let me draw you a radio sketch. It happened in 1926, just 9 years ago. The scene is an oil field in Seminole, Oklahoma. 2 men are talking as they work over the repair anvils, forging chains.
Hey, buddy, watch those chips flying. They're white hot.
Yeah, I'm watching them.
Boy, that one just missed you. Better be careful, Bud. If your face stops one of those chips, it'll be just too bad. Dangerous work, son.
I've been in tougher spots, though.
Yeah, timekeeper said something about you being an aviator. And I don't blame you for quitting.
I haven't quit. I'm only taking time out to make some money. As soon as I've saved enough, I'm buying my own plane.
Never had one of your own, huh?
No, but I will someday. I'm going to save my money, and when I get enough, it's going to be goodbye oil field.
Take you a little while to do it on what you're making here, won't it, Bud?
No, I don't know. Saw a second-hand plane over at the airport today. It's a Honey, Canadian Jenny, that I could have bought for $1,500 if I'd have had it.
This flying's kind of got you, son, ain't it?
Got me? Brother, I'd give my right eye to own a plane of my own.
Say, you bought that airplane yet?
What?
That Jenny you were talking about yesterday.
Oh, no. Not yet. What a ship. She needs a little fixing up, but she's got plenty of what it takes. I went over again last night to take another look at her. I can just see her painted up and soaring through the sky.
Watch out!
Oh, ow!
What did it
My,
do? Let me see.
hit it.
Let me see. Get your hand
I
away.
can't see.
Gosh, you're full of blood. Hey, you guys, get a doctor right away. Okay, Bud, how is it? Any easier now?
I can't see. I can't see a thing.
Take it easy now. Take it easy.
Hey, what's the matter?
Fella here just hurt his eye.
His eye?
Yeah.
Hey, who is it?
Hello there. Oh, you're the fellow who was here looking at that Jenny plane. Say, what's the matter with your eye?
Had a little accident over at the oil field.
Oh, gosh, that's too bad.
Yeah, it's a funny thing. The day before the accident, I said I'd give my right eye to own this plane. Well, I gave my left eye instead.
What do you mean?
The day after I made that crack, I had this accident and collected $1,800 compensation for my eye. Got a bill of sale for that ship?
Yeah, but say, are you going to try to fly with one eye?
Let me worry about that, brother. Someday with that one eye, I'm going to fly around the world.
Well, that's a luck to you, Bud. Here's a bill of sale. Now, wait till I get my pen. There we are. Now, what's your name?
Post.
What's your first name?
Wiley.
Wiley Post.
That is exactly how Wiley Post acquired his first airplane. Fate took him at his word and deprived him of his eye, but gave him a plane which started him on a career that included his astounding, record-breaking, round-the-world flight. Believe it or not.
from the RKO picture to beat the band, Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo, and sung by Billy Trask.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch your trouble by the toe. If it hollers, let it go, let it fly away. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, it's the saying high and low. Hear it everywhere you go, any time of day. Big Ben rings it, Valley sings it, Ozzy swings it, even Mr. Crosby bings it. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch your trouble by the toe. If it hollers, let it go, let it fly away.
Say, Bob, have you got a believe it or not for me?
Yes, Ben, I think so. Here's something that should interest you. In England during the war, when England's food supply was low, a committee of doctors and scientists recommended that all foods be rationed except one. They said that it was very important that people should be allowed to eat all they wanted of this one particular food. And then that food was bread. And for this reason, boats carrying wheat were given preference even over munition ships.
Well, Bob, we now understand much better why bread is such a wonderful food. We now know why a meal is not a perfect and complete meal unless bread is part of it. You see, during the last 3 years, scientists have been making some amazing discoveries about bread. For instance, they found that bread actually aids the digestion of other foods you eat, besides being very easy to digest itself. Also, that many people feel tired and listless simply because they're not eating enough bread. Bread is our great energy food. It gives you pep, not just for an hour or two, but for several hours. It carries you through from one meal to the next. When you eat plenty of bread, you're much less likely to get a fagged-out feeling about 11 in the morning or 4 in the afternoon. And besides being so good for us, bread is the cheapest prepared food we have. So by eating more bread, you help your health and save money at the same time. Eat several slices at every meal and serve more of the delicious dishes you can make with bread.
Here's that swell new rhythmic song. A little bit independent in your walk, a little bit independent in your talk. There's nothing like you in Paris or New York. You're awfully easy on the eyes. A little bit independent when we dance, a little bit independent towards romance. A bit of sophistication in your glance, and yet you're easy on the eyes. Whenever I'm with you alone, you weave a magic spell, and though it be a danger zone, I only know that you're swell. A little bit independent with your smile, a little bit independent in your style. But how can I help but love you all the while when you're so easy on the eye? Say, Bob, have you any more good believe it or nots about flyers?
Well, I think I have a real hair raiser on it. It's about the luckiest man alive. He's Captain Headley, an American aviator. During the war, Headley was a machine gunner in a fighting plane piloted by Jimmy Makepeace of Canada. Due to a misunderstanding of signals, Makepeace put the plane into a nosedive so quickly that Headley was thrown out of the plane 10,000 feet in the air. Death never seemed more certain. He thought the end had come as he fell end over end 300 feet through space when suddenly he landed on the tail of his own airplane as it came out of the nosedive, and a little while later was safe again on land, believe it or not.
This flying business sounds like it's all it's cracked up to be.
Yes, and now let me tell you an amazing incident concerning two world-famous flyers, Clyde Pangborn and Hugh Herndon. In July 1931, they landed in Japan on a flight from Siberia and were promptly arrested for taking pictures. When they were released a couple of weeks later, they were ordered to leave Japan immediately.
Well, what did they do, Bob?
They decided to go back to the United States as quickly as they could by making a non-stop flight across the Pacific Ocean. On October the 3rd, the two aviators took off from Samashiro Beach and pointed the nose of their heavily loaded Belanca monoplane toward home. But they'd only gone about 200 miles when Pangborn and Herndon began to exchange glances of grim significance.
We can't get any altitude, Clyde. I guess 1,000 gallons are too much for this buggy.
And look at that fog ahead of us.
Yeah. I'm afraid we'll never get above it with this load. How about it? Shall we turn back for Japan?
Yeah, and spend the rest of our lives in jail. We got to do something to lighten this ship, and pretty quick.
Well, what can we let go? We haven't anything but gas and oil.
Yeah, I know. How about the landing gear?
Our wheels?
Yeah.
Yeah, but how are we going to land without wheels?
Yeah, we'll have to take a chance on that, Hugh. If we don't drop them, it means crashing here into the sea.
Yeah, and if we do drop them, it may mean cracking up when we try to land. If we ever see land again.
Yeah, well, that's the point. We've got 5,000 miles to go before we have to worry about that. Well, what do you say? Goodbye, wheels?
Okay, Clyde.
All right. Here goes the lever.
There they go. Dropping like bombs into the ocean.
Yep. We'll never see them again.
Hey, look, Clyde. We're climbing. It's worked.
You're right. Nothing to worry about now but crossing the Pacific.
41 and a half hours later, Pangborn and Herndon had successfully spanned the Pacific Ocean.
Boy, old Mount Rainier looked pretty good to me back there, didn't it to you?
Well, I'll say it did.
Say, Hugh.
Yeah?
How much gas left?
It's nearly gone. Where would you say we were?
Well, figuring from the time we passed over Seattle, I'd say we were somewhere near Wenatchee.
Well, that's your hometown, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's a swell place to crash.
Yeah, that's just what I don't like about it.
Listen, Clyde. We're practically out of gas, and the fog's getting worse. How well do you know this country?
Yeah, like the palm of my hand.
Well, what do you say?
I say landings have been made before without wheels. It's now or never. What do you say, kid?
Okay, Clyde. Let her go.
Boy, that was a little narrow.
I'll say so. But we made it.
Yep. Huey, we're here.
Yeah. Well, let's get out of here and see how much damage you've done.
Yeah, all right. Now then.
Well, propeller's bent a little, but outside of that, the ship seems okay.
Yeah. Hey, look at the gang coming.
Hey, Pop! What's my brother? What, Craig?
Clyde, Lord fellow, Mike, glad to
Craig,
see you.
well, you old so-and-so. Say, how'd you know I was coming? Look here, what's all that crowd for?
Well, the newspapers have been full of you and Herndon.
Yeah?
I took a wild guess you'd try to make Wenatchee, and we're here. It's over there in the crowd.
She's here, too. Come on, let's go
Well,
over.
in a minute. Got to have your pictures taken first.
Oh, no.
Say, Huh?
What happened to your wheel?
Ship was too heavy and we had to drop them overboard. We've had lots of fun. You know about the Japs putting us in jail, I suppose.
Yeah, we read about it.
Say, we never want to see another Japanese as long as we live, do we, Hugh? Not for a while, anyhow.
Well, that's just too bad, Clyde, because there's one here now.
Huh?
He's here especially to see you, boy.
Well, let's stall him off, will you, while we run...
Hey, now, wait a minute. Come here, Mr. Kobayashi.
Mr. Pangbon, Mr. Herndon.
Yes?
Yes.
Gentlemen, I represent the Japanese newspaper Asahi. I take pleasure in congratulating you on your record-breaking flight and hereby present you with a check of $25,000.
Oh, well, thank you, Mr. Kobe. Thank you very much.
What was that you said about never wanting to see a Japanese again, Clyde?
Skip it, Perch.
And now, the scene changes to an automobile supply store in Seattle. It's 17 months later. We find the captain of a small fishing boat talking to the dealer.
Say, have you found out anything yet about that tire I brought in here?
Yes, I've been in touch with the factory. It's one of our company's tires, all right.
Well, what's it worth?
Just a minute. Would you mind telling me again just how you found that tire?
Sure, it was floating in the water just a few miles out of Seattle, off Cape Flattery.
Cape Flattery? Captain, I've got a surprise for you. Do you know that this tire is from the plane in which Pangborn and Herndon made their trans-Pacific flight?
And it was the same wheel that was dropped from the plane off the coast of Japan and was carried by the ocean current 5,000 miles across the Pacific, where it was picked up by this fishing boat captain within 100 miles of the exact spot where Pangborn and Herndon landed on the Pacific coast, believe it or not. And now I have a real surprise for you. Let me introduce the man whose story you have just heard. The only man to make a non-stop flight over both the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans, and one of the outstanding flyers in the history of aviation, Mr. Clyde Pangborn.
By the way, Mr. Pangborn, have you figured in any more believe-it-or-not incidents, like the one Bob just told us about the tire?
Well, there's one I always think of when people tell me that flying is dangerous.
What's that one about?
This happened back in 1924 on a routine flight I was making with Aaron Kranz. We got caught in a severe thunderstorm, and something went wrong with our motor, and before we knew it, the plane was on fire.
Gosh, what did you do?
Kranz did everything he could to lighten the plane, so he wouldn't land with too much of a crash. And do you know one of the first things he threw out of the ship?
What?
His parachute.
His parachute?
Yes, anyway, we landed and cracked up a bit, but crawled out of the plane perfectly intact. Kranz and I ran to a tree to get out of the rain, congratulating ourselves on the closest escape we'd ever experienced. I tell you, nothing ever looked so good as that nice, safe tree.
Terra firma seemed pretty good to you, eh?
Yeah, until lightning struck the tree.
What?
Yep, we were under it only a second when a bolt of lightning came crashing down right on top of us.
Gosh, out of the flying plane and into the fire.
And since then, I've been satisfied to take the air, which I think I'll do right now. So long.
So long. Quicker than you can say, Jack Robin. And I'm going to sing the vocal chorus. In fact, I like to stick to safe things like singing vocal choruses. quicker than you can say Jack Robinson. You can say I love you. And wouldn't you rather say I love you than Jack Robinson? Quicker than you can walk around the block, you can be kissing me. And wouldn't you rather be kissing me than walk around the block? 60 minutes make an hour, 3 feet make a yard. 30 days are in September, and if you want to know, statistics show, quicker than you can say Jack Robinson, you can say I love you. And wouldn't you rather say I love you than Jack Robinson?
Scene, a restaurant. The cast, Mr. and Mrs. John Ferguson. Enter a waiter.
What would you like to have, madam?
Oh, I don't know what I want to eat. Jim, what are you having?
Well, I think I'll have a hot roast beef sandwich.
I didn't know you liked hot roast beef sandwiches. Why, if I'd known that, we'd have had them at home lots of times. Then make it 2, waiter.
Thank you, madam.
Yes, everyone likes hot meat sandwiches. Serve them often for lunches and cold weather suppers. And when your family wants to eat just bread and gravy, let them have it. We now realize that bread is much more of an all-around food than many of us used to think. When you don't have gravy, a good way to serve hot meat sandwiches is to put the meat between slices of toast, cover with cream sauce and grated cheese, and bake a few minutes in the oven. While you're buying bread this week, be sure to get some fruitcake. And don't wait until Christmas to eat it. Have fruitcake often these days. Right up till New Year's, delicious fruitcake is your baker's special, his cake of the month.
And now let me say good night to you, as the Japanese said to Pangborn and Herndon when they took off on their trans-Pacific flight. Although the Japanese didn't mean it. They're very polite, you know. But they crossed their hands in their sleeves and bowed low and bumped their heads on the ground and said, Sayonara. Let thy steps be slow and steady, that thou stumble not.
The announcer is Ben Brower. This is the National Broadcasting Company.
Let's see all the Americas with Bob Ripley. Believe it or not. Network and the coordinator of Inter-American Affairs welcome you to another program dedicated to all Americans in all the Americas. With Ortega and his orchestra, the voices of Chiquito and Sarita Herrera, and starring the one and only Bob Ripley and his world-famous Believe It or Not. Ladies and gentlemen, this is George Hicks. For the first time in our history, the entire Western Hemisphere is faced with the dangers of invasion. This danger is a very real one, and the defense forces of the United States are spread from Alaska to the Straits of Magellan. the wolf packs of Axis submarines are cruising our Atlantic and Pacific coasts, sinking defenseless merchant vessels of our friendly neighbors. The threat of war and its horror casts an ominous shadow across the Western Hemisphere. And where actual force fails, the insidious burrowing of the fifth column strives to create unrest. That's why, now as never before, the destinies of the 21 countries are one. And the ideals of freedom and liberty which live in these countries unite against a common foe. And that's why we want to know more about the 20 other countries of this hemisphere. So now, let's see all the Americas. And our first stop is Cuba for a rumba sung by Chiquito with Ortega and his orchestra. It's Blend, Blend, Blend. Modern Marco Polo, the most traveled man in history, bringing a bigger and better basket of baffling, breathtaking brilliancies. Believe it or not, Bob Ripley.
Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the program. Tonight I've had to bring an extra large drawing board to the studio because I have a lot of sketching to do for you. A great many of you have written to me and asked for more strange, believe it or not, to the sea. So I have another one for you this evening, and I think it's one of the most unbelievable sea stories I've ever uncovered in all my travels around the world. But let me sketch it for you. The time is May the 9th, 1877. We find a three-masted sailing vessel, Isluga, outbound from Chile on the way to Europe. It's more than a routine voyage for the skipper, Captain Chen Cha, because he has brought his bride of a few months along with him. And as our scene opens, the young and beautiful bride approaches her husband to ask a most startling question.
Artadi?
Let's see. See, my lovely one, what is it?
Artadi, have you not noticed something strange?
Something strange? Nothing except that big, black, ugly cloud there. You see it? I'm afraid we will have a little blow before long.
Artadi, where is everyone?
You grow more beautiful every day, Maria. What? What did you say?
Where is everyone?
Where is everyone? Why, everyone... See, where is everyone? Well, where is the maid, the crew?
There is no one about. Not a single seaman, Artadi. Is that not strange?
Hold this will, Maria. I go below.
See.
There is something about this I do not like. Something I do not like at all.
Daddy, what did you find the men?
See, Maria, I found them. They are below.
But why? Look, the wind is stronger. Should I not be on deck to help you?
They are sick, Maria. Every last man of them. Badly sick. It's an epidemic, Maria.
An epidemic? What is the sickness, Artadi?
It's a bad sickness, Maria. The natives in Java call it beriberi.
Artadi, it is
is the curse.
Curse? What curse?
The ship you named for the volcano is Luga. It is well known, Artadi, that the curse of the volcano is given to anything that bears the name.
Superstition.
No, it is true. My own father has told me this. Artadi, you are pale.
No.
And in your eyes, there is a strange look. Artadi, have you got this sickness too?
Maria, you must be brave. I do feel ill.
Oh, my darling.
You are our only hope now, Maria. Hold fast to the wheel.
I will, Artadi. What have you...
I will set the course for Chile. If I lose consciousness, hold to the course. We must get help for the men. Wait, that roar.
It is the volcano. Look, there in the sky. It is erupting. Artadi, it is the curse. The curse of the volcano is broken. Speak to me, my darling. Can you hear me? Open your eyes.
See, Maria. I'm with you. What of the volcano?
It has stopped, but the sky is black in the distance. But are you all right?
I'm all right. It's just a...
Artadi, look there.
What is it?
Coming toward us. A wave 100 feet high.
My feet.
It is upon us. We are lost. We'll be swamped.
It is a tornado wave. Maria, what has happened? Where are we?
The tidal wave has carried us for miles.
Are you all right?
I'm all right. But look there. What is that?
What? Listen to my feet.
It is a ship, Artadi. Only look, it is alongside. The waves carried us to the ship.
Maria, this cannot be. The ship so closely. The waves would have crushed us into the ship.
Look, see for yourself.
Where? Maria, it is a ship. This has been a miracle.
Hello!
They are boarding us from the ship.
Call to them, Maria.
Hello! Here! This way!
Coming on the boat!
At least they can give us help to reach shore. I grow weak, Maria.
They will help us, I know, Artadi.
Oh, Captain, I am the steersman, the mate of the Hercules from Rotterdam. My name is Breuker.
I'm Captain Chencha.
Buenos dias, senor.
Hoe maakt het, mevrouw? Well, in all my days at sea, Captain, I've never seen such an escape as this. A little bit more, and we would have crashed. Did you hear the volcano eruption? And then came the tidal waves.
So it was the volcano.
Chef, Captain, you look sick.
I am sick, and my crew as well. Quickly tell me, have you a doctor aboard?
Have we a doctor?
Please, Senor Brugger, please, you have a doctor.
Captain, on our ship we have nothing but doctors.
Please do not make a joke.
It's true, Captain Chencha. My ship carries a group of government doctors to Java to test a cure there for a terrible disease, very. Yes, it is one of the strangest of all the strange stories of the sea. The ship Isluga, called after the volcano of that name, set sail from Chile on this amazing voyage. Next, a dread disease of beriberi claimed every member of the crew and the captain as well. Then suddenly, a tidal wave picked up the stricken ship and carried her to the very side of the only boat on the seven seas that could help her. The doctors from this ship, the Dutch ship, went aboard the Chilean vessel and prescribed a cure for the captain and crew, and every last man of them recovered from this fatal disease. The cure was a simple food, unpolished rice, or common old vitamin B. But strangest of all, the tidal wave that saved the lives of all these men was caused by the eruption of volcano Isluga, for which the ship was named.
These facts may be verified in the report to the Dutch government by Dr. Schneerbeck, the same doctor who saved the lives of the men aboard this Luga. Believe it or not. Down Mexico way, they are celebrating a happy holiday next Tuesday. It's May the 5th, or El Cinco de Mayo, as they say. That's the anniversary that commemorates the date when the armies under the leadership of Benito Juarez defeated the French and Mexico won her freedom. And so in the spirit of a great day for Mexico, we give you a Mexican melody, El Rancho Grande and Guadalajara, played by Ortega and his orchestra, especially for Mexico's El Cinco de Mayo.
Truth is stranger than fiction. And this is the proof. This is Ripley's Believe It or Not.
The steeple of the parish church of Eccles, England, was buried under sand by a gale in 1605 and was exposed again by high winds 275 years later. Believe it or not. In a moment, I'll tell you the strange story of George Thompson. One of the most unusual expressions of sorrow was shown by George Thompson of Pomfret, Connecticut, who literally clothed himself in sadness. He did it as a mourning gesture for his fiancée, who died on the eve of their marriage. As a constant reminder of his great loss, he wore the clothing that he had planned to wear on his wedding day for the remaining 30 years of his life. Believe it or not.